I want to talk about this crazy phenomenon called imposter syndrome and how it has impacted my life. If you don't know, the simple way to put imposter syndrome is like basically this phenomenon or thought that somebody has that they aren't supposed to be or they don't fit in the space that they're currently in. So they're an imposter in the space that they're in. This dates back to high school for me. This dates back to like high school for me. And I'm just gonna walk y'all through my life. Really middle school, but I don't remember very well back that far. But I do know in middle school, I went to this career academy middle school. I never did any career exploration or STEAM projects in this school, but that's what it was called. And you had to like interview to get in there, and you just had to be very smart and all this stuff. And I was like, "Ooh, I don't know. My brother went to this middle school. I just want to be the best me that I can be and really just try." So I told my mom, the great mom that she is, she's like, "Oh, heck yeah, we're going to do all of this." So I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, when you interview, it's just you, but there are other kids up there interviewing. Now, my personal experience, because I'm just talking about me, when I went up there, I must have went on the wrong day because there was no little African American kids up there but me. And this just goes into black hair, but we ain't gonna talk about that on a different day. I swear to you, because if your hair's done, you look good, you feel good. But that, again, another day. I was a natural. I think I was like 11 or 12. I don't know how old sixth grade is, but I was that old. This would have been the first year in Dallas ISD where they moved sixth grade to middle school. So it was nothing but like white, Asian, Hispanic. And then the vice principal, I think her name was Miss Tovar. I don't know why I'm remembering a Miss Tovar. I don't know, but Miss Tovar is who interviewed me. And I believe she was a white or Hispanic lady. And she was asking me all these questions. I was by myself, like my mom couldn't be in there. And it was just like, girl, I don't want to go to this damn school. Nobody going. Ain't nobody here that looked like me. When my brother went, like it seemed like it was cool. It seemed like it was that school. Like they had more things going on. By this time, I said I don't even want to be here anymore. So I think I said that to the lady. And me, whenever I get like very nervous, I smile. Like bad. It's so bad. But now I've learned to control it. So I wasn't like, doing my best in this interview, but I did tell her like I'm very nervous. I don't even think I want to go to this school anymore. It doesn't seem like it would be the right like spot for me. Don't do that. I mean, I was in middle school, so I think she was trying to give me a pass for real. But I was like, girl, we could just cut this shit right here. I don't have time for this. But we kept going. She started asking me like more so questions of like why I didn't want to do this anymore. We got into like some cultural stuff and all that. So I'm sitting there like, girl, she just appeasing you. You not finna get in this damn school. We leave the school. My mom is asking me like, how was it? Because mind you, this school is like 30 minutes. I'm not even joking. Like 30 minutes away from where we lived at the time. So we had a long way back home, and it wasn't finna be no, how was it good? She wanted to know what the lady was asking, what I said. She giving me feedback on how I could answer the questions better. And I'm like, I don't think I'm getting it. she was like, why? And I tell her, and she's like, well, why did you do that? And I said, Mama, did you not see all them white kids out? Like, I'm not gonna fit in here. Like, it's not gonna be a good spot for me. Like, it's not gonna be good for me. And she was like, oh, yeah, but you can't tell people that. And then we had to have the whole racism talk, you know. Oh my God. So weeks go by. I believe actually this might have been towards the end of the school year. So I think I would have gotten an acceptance letter or denial letter like right before the school year ended, so you could prepare over the summer for all of the school, like to start going to a new school and stuff. Weeks go by, I get my letter in the mail. It comes in this cute little orange envelope, and I'm like, Mama, it's here. Here, you can open it. She's like, it's dressed to you. You need to open it. Trying to teach me life skills, and here I am just being ungrateful. I'm like, I don't want to read it because I already know I ain't got in. Girl, why I couldn't to that damn school? Oh my gosh, I think that was the first time I was like, a what? I think that was the first time that I had like ever really thought like, oh my God, why did I even do this? Because now I really don't want to go. I told the lady I did not want to go to the school. Why did she accept me? Based off my test scores and all that stuff. Yeah, I look good on paper, but culturally, it wasn't going to be a good fit. So then now, Mom over there looking like, I told you so. And you know, it's bad enough. It's bad enough she already told me so, but now I gotta look at you with I told you so, and you right. That just really sent middle school me. So, because I got in, I did not have the option to not go to the school. That was never an option for my mama. I done spent her gas money taking me, then taking me home. We done did this interview. I done got accepted. It was not an option for me not to go to this school. I said I should just kept my big old mouth shut. But y'all, I remember the first day of school. First day of school, I was like, I got dropped off. So again, more gas money. I'm just digging a deeper hole for myself. Mind you, I done told y'all the school is not close to my family's home. So another 30 minutes. She takes me, then goes to work. Girl, y'all, I don't know if they was just having some demographics or something. I don't know. Y'all, I got in that school. I see nothing but niggas. Black people. I said, well, wait a minute. What is going on? None of these kids was here when I came to see this school, but I had me a good day. I had me a fantastic day. That first day, I learned what an A and B day schedule was. I had I think geometry at the time, or I don't know, but I do remember taking a math class on my first day of school. We had homeroom. My homeroom teacher, he was so old. He was a history teacher. He was always falling asleep. He had a big old pop belly like my granddad. I think he has passed away now. Rest his soul. Not my granddad. I know my granddad has passed away, but I'm saying I believe the teacher has now passed away. I think I saw that on Facebook a few years ago. But yeah, I said, okay, the girls is gonna be all right. Mind you, I had my mama take me to school on the first day because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna have no fun with none of these people. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the bus on the second day, right? Girl, it was people from my elementary school up in there. It was people out there from the community up in there. I said, oh, we're gonna be all right. That was the first instance where I felt like I had imposter syndrome. Going, and as a young Black girl, that really hurt my confidence. Going in that school to interview and seeing no kids that look like me, being interviewed by somebody that did not look like me, not seeing any administrators. I think I might have seen the security guard at the time was Black, a younger Black man. But I don't know if my mind is playing tricks on me because I don't know. Trauma brain. I don't know if he was even there that day, but I do remember seeing no Black people when I went. And culturally, that was the first shock of many shocks. I'm not gonna lie to you, because when I get to this grad school thing, y'all gonna be like, girl, what? But that was the first. Then, as good as I felt, we get in, 8th grade. Everybody talking about what high school they going to. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go to my homeschool, Skyline, right? No, the kids wasn't going to their homeschool. They said, no, girl, you gotta go to Townview. You gotta go to Townview. It's like you gotta go from this school to this school. There's just a pipeline. You gotta go to Townview. I said, well, I ain't heard nothing about Townview, so I don't know nothing about Townview. Y'all, why is Townview like the bigger middle school of the school that I'm currently at? Except for Townview ain't had no sports, they had this band. So I'm like, okay, I don't know about y'all, but I don't think that I'm gonna last here. I don't think I'm gonna last here. As I get ready to, put up my application and all that stuff, there are 6 schools at Townview. We're about to hit our next imposter syndrome phase of our life. There are 6 schools. At the time, I wanted to be a lawyer. I had a mentor in my life. His name was James. Shout out to James. Loved him so much. And his wife and his children. Love all of them. I was like, I'm going to be a lawyer, so I'm going to apply to the law school, and you can have a second choice. I said I was going to apply to education and social services. Yeah. And everybody was like, oh, no, you need to put ESSM first, educational services, because that's the easiest school to get into. And I was like, ooh, but I don't know if I want to be a teacher for real. Like, I do, but I don't. I want to be a lawyer, but I don't want to be a teacher. So I was like, but I really want to get into Townview no matter what. Because once you went to Townview, you could change schools. So I let my school counselor at my middle school and a few of my friends, they weren't my best friends, so just people, talked me into putting ESSM first so I could just get into Townview. Now, I did still leave the law magnet as my second choice, but I think after so much time had went by, like after I did get accepted and all that stuff, I don't think I said that I wanted to go there anymore. I was just like, you know what? My friends are also going to ESSM, so I'm going to just stick with what I know. My whole life could have been changed. Like, whole life. Because I still did get accepted and still took some of the law classes and was on the debate team my freshman year. Like, to this day, you can't argue with me. But I was, like, so good at it. Like, it was so crazy. And then I think something happened that my freshman year. Like, I was duly enrolled. Like, they had me in ESSM classes and law classes, but I had to choose one. And that's when I chose ESSM because of my friends. I love my friends down, but again, my life could be very different. Kind of, but not really. But all of my friends, their freshman year, when I was on the debate team being Kamala, all of them chose to be like in the band, like auxiliary, flag girls, whatever you want to call it, twirlers, majorettes, whatever. So I'm like, I want to do that, but I have not danced. I was on the dance team in middle school, but it's a middle school. Like, there's no like technical girls on the team could barely keep a beat. So I'm like, I don't know. The only thing that I had done all the way up in this stage of my life was run track. But again, Townview did not have any sports. So I'm like, I'm going to have to run track for my homeschool, but trying to get from Townview to my homeschool, which is probably another maybe 25, 30 minutes away. Like, it was a lot. And I did not want to have to put my mom through all of that. So I'm like, I don't know, y'all. I ain't gonna make it. Y'all, I don't know. It's just something about, and I've always said this, things always work out for me. And I know it's God. Like, there's never a doubt about who it is working things out in my life. It's just the matter of which things will work out for me when I want them to, because God be looking out. And I personally love him down. I don't know why he does. Because when I tell y'all, I'm the biggest heathen. Like, if not the one of the biggest heathens this side of heaven. I cannot make these things up, but things always work out for me. So I'm like, y'all, I don't know. And it was really my friend Tashana. I love her down. Shout out to Shauna J. Oh my gosh, love her. We actually met in middle school. So, like, we had known each other for a few years. She's like, you need to try out. And I'm like, friend, I don't know. Like, I can dance, but I can't, like, structuredly majorette type dance. I had never done that before. And then there's like ballet things. I had to learn like the Chenet Piquet, pirouettes, like first, second. I had to learn all of these things in the matter of, when were tryouts? Probably like a month or two. I think I had to learn all these things a month or two. Now, remember what I told y'all. My friends had been on the dance team or like the flag girl team for a year, but the dance team and the twirlers, like the flag girls, they practiced together. So my friends was already locked in. They had to hook up. They already knew all of the Chenet Piquet and what to expect for auditions. Now, let's go back. For auditions, you have to dance, twirl a baton, twirl a rifle, twirl a flag, and do across the floor, which is like technical stuff. And I think I had to do like a 30-second like solo, like freestyle for auditions. I think. Now, I don't know. I don't recall. And if you are on auxiliary, or you were on auxiliary the time that I went to Townview, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's all that you had to do. And I'm saying that's all, but that's a big word for Emma, considering that I've never danced before. So I go through there and I do all the things. I know I'm messing up. I know I ain't. I know I'm not spotting. I know I'm not hitting all the things that I'm supposed to be hitting. I know for a fact I am messing up. But now, one thing Evelyn Forte Jones has taught me since being on this dance team, you gotta keep going with a smile on your face, okay? And that's one thing I did do. I dropped that baton, kept going through the routine like nothing had happened. You gotta keep going, Bookie. And I think that's what saved me. But I made it through that dance team, the tryouts and everything. Made the team. We found out that night. And literally the first rehearsal or practice, because we had a few practices before band camp. Motherfucking band camp. Oh, okay. My first practice, baby, I said, oh, I do not belong here. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was doing. I do not belong here. Like, I don't, find somebody else to do it. I literally was thinking about dropping out. Then, on top of all of that, it was $700 to dance on the team because we needed uniforms and wigs and character shoes and Capizio stockings. How the hell I'm supposed to ask my mama who getting it out the mud for $700 for me to shake my ass? Not in this neighborhood, but some type of way. I don't know if we were selling chocolate, the world's finest chocolate, popcorn, or ass. To be completely honest with you, I do not know how mama came up with this money. And I wish I was joking on that last part. But we came up with that money. And I danced. And I danced my ass off, okay? Like, if you ever go look from 2011 to 2014, I was on the team all of those years, shimmy shaking, okay? Shaking my ass, shaking them flags, twirling them batons, and the goddamn rifles, bitch. I was shaking my ass. But literally, I don't know, like, every time we had something to do, I always just thought like I do not belong here. And I think it was because like a lot of things come naturally to me. Like I could do it like once or twice and it just works for me. I don't know. Like I can look at somebody do a dance routine now, but I didn't know that before. I can look at somebody do a dance routine now and start like getting the move. So like all of the TikTok trends and TikTok dances, nah, I didn't post them because I didn't have a TikTok in 2020 and all of that stuff. But if I look at a TikTok or something long enough, like I can literally learn the dance without even getting up and get up and do it full out. Like, I don't know. It just, things come very naturally to me. But a lot of people don't have that capability and I'm very grateful for that. But with that, it puts me in a mindset of like, I don't need to be here. I don't need to be doing this because I don't have to work hard at it. I don't face a lot of, at that point in my life, I didn't face a lot of challenges like getting on the dance team. Not to say that I wasn't grateful, but people had to put in a lot of different type of work, which made me feel like I wasn't working hard enough to be here, but things were just coming very naturally to me. I don't know. Again, imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome. There was getting closer to the end of my time in Townview. When I was getting ready to graduate, we had to do an internship. I wanted to intern. Where did I want to intern at? I think I wanted to intern at like my school, like the elementary school that I went to. I don't know. I think I wanted to intern at the elementary school that I went to, but my friend had to connect at another school. I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do that, but I'm gonna be with my friends. So let me just try. Let me just do it. Y'all, I got the internship. Thank God. Again, Shauna J. Shout out to Shauna. Ace Boom Boom. That's the day I die. My friends got like, I think they had kindergarten and maybe second grade. Why did I get third grade? Why they have me teaching them big old kids? Not teaching, but I had to do like lesson plans and like I had to like put forth some effort. I had to do stuff. They in there learning colors and shapes and shit, and I'm having to do assessments to get them ready for the what's that called? The benchmarks and stuff. I said, well now, I got to get the hard stuff. But again, imposter syndrome. I'm sitting here thinking that I'm not capable of, all right, now, see me trying to get over. I'm over here thinking that I'm not capable of hard things. And every day I'm telling them, like, yo, I'm struggling so bad. Like, I'm struggling so bad. And they're like, oh, girl, we can't relate. Oh, my gosh. It was a mess. It was truly a mess. But I think that was my start of, like, not wanting to be a teacher. Because I felt that I was struggling so bad. This is my first time, like, actually having to put forth some effort with something. And I was like, ooh, I ain't never really had to do this before. Now I knew how to do lesson plans. I knew how to, like, you know, get control of the classroom. Like, I knew how to do these things. But again, I'm like 16? This junior year? Yeah, so I'm 16 and then 17. I had an internship for 2 years. So I'm 16, 17, thinking that I'm like, I don't even know who. Super nanny, basically, trying to teach and command these kids. And everybody else just having a great grand old time. And I'm like, I don't need to be a teacher. Like, this is not for me at all. And then I went and talked to one of the teachers there. Her name is actually Miss Jacobs. I love her down. Oh my gosh, she's the best person on the planet. I went and talked to Miss Jacobs and was like, I'm struggling in a way. And I'm just not sure if this is like the right thing for me. And she's like, well, this is a pretty normal occurrence. So, like, tell me what's going on. So I kind of tell her, like, you know, I'm just really taking this experience in and, you know, looking at my friends. And I just don't think that I'm, like, cut out to be a teacher. And she was like, well, tell me, like, you know, why you think that. And I'm telling her. And I basically run down the whole story of, like, going back to my freshman year of, like, law versus ESSM. And I really came over here because of my friends. And we had a very frank conversation that day about, like, peer influences and how they can be a good thing, but sometimes they can hold you back. And she was like, you know, whenever you get to college, because this is just like a test for you to pass a class, basically. Whenever you get to college, you can really look into like, what you want to do. Have you even been thinking about college? Mind you, this is junior year. I'm about to take all of the tax tests. Ooh, I'm aging myself. Before STAR test, there was a thing called tax test. So I'm going to take all my tax tests to, you know, get into college. Girl, we started looking at colleges and all that stuff, and she was like, you know, you want to do HBCU, PWI. I'm like, you're overwhelming me with all these acronyms. Girl, I just want to go to college because Mom said I got to. I want to go because, you know, that's what I want to do. And she knew that I had been a dancer So she was like, have you ever thought about Prep A&M University? The Prep A&M University. So I'm like, I don't know. Let me look into it. Da, 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 da. Girl, they had this juvenile justice program. And I was like, that's the best of both worlds. I ain't got to be a teacher, but I could be like a PO or, something like that. So I take my test, I put in my application. Then I'm like, whoo, nobody else in my family has really went to a HBCU. This is something that I really want to do. My mama did go to a HBCU, but in my mind, Paul Quinn is not to the same magnitude. And it's not talking about Paul Quinn. Mama went to Paul Quinn when Paul Quinn was better than Paul Quinn. But she was saying, like, the HBCU experience is so different, and there was a lot of accreditation issues with Paul Quinn, so you just have to be very careful and all that stuff. So I'm like, I want to go to this HBCU. I'm finna score my mama. I'm finna be 3 hours away from home. It was just a whole lot. And I'm like, I don't want to grow up. I don't want to do this. I'm having to make too many decisions, too many choices in my day. So you just have to preview. Now, I did apply to a couple of colleges, but that was the one that I really wanted to go to, and they was giving the most money. So I did end up attending and graduating, clock that, from the illustrious Prairie View A&M University. But going back, girl, I started at PV with a juvenile justice major. As a juvenile justice major, I took my first psychology class. It was like intro to psych because you had to take it. Because at that time, it still may be like this, but I don't know. The juvenile justice and psychology were in the same building, the Don Clark building, Dr. Clark. So I took my first class in Clark, and I have this professor, wonderful professor, mentor, everything. God rest his soul, Dr. Derek J. Wilson. Now, this is my freshman year on the Hill, and he literally changed psychology for me, like, in 2 weeks. I went from not wanting to be a teacher to wanting to do juvenile justice, back maybe a lawyer, something like that, to I want to be a psychologist, a Black psychologist. If you know Dr. Wilson, you know he was like so pro-Black, like you got to do these things for the community, like all of that, right? Bet, fine, cool, dandy. So he basically took me up under his wing, and he wasn't even my advisor or nothing. He was just trying to, like, basically put me on and tell me, like, we need more, like, young Black people in the psychology space. He introduced me to AB-Psy. We did a conference and all that stuff. So I went in there to change myself, like, formally change it. And I said, I got to take who? I got to take a research class? Now, damn it, I said I like psychology. I didn't say I like science. I gotta take A&P, anatomy, and physiology. Okay, cool. I can do that. A 4th grade course. I think I took 21 hours when I took A&P too, and I took it late at night. It was like 5 to 7. But shout out to, what's that man's name? Dr. C? I don't know. We got through that class. I ended up with a B, I think. But that was the hardest class I've ever taken in my entire life. But again, just going back to me actually changing it, I'm sitting there, like, going through the list of courses that I have to take, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. You want me to take some science classes? I need to learn the body. I take these biology classes, chemistry classes. At that point, I might as well minor in it. He was like, well, I mean, if you just add one class, you would have a minor in biology. Well, nigga, throw it on there then. Damn. What? So, I made it through. And it feels like with each class, it's getting, like, harder and harder. Like, I'm learning a lot of things. Learning a lot of things about myself, about Freud, and all these theorists and everything. And I'm like, bro, this is too much. Like, this is really OD for real. Like, this is too much. Then I decide that I'm going to go be a research assistant. And, talking through these things, why did I do that? If I was already struggling, I feel like I was trying to get hours for real. I I feel like if I was struggling, I would have like stopped, right? Like in my mind, logically now that makes the most sense, but back then it did not. It didn't. I go and be a research assistant, and to be a research assistant, you have to basically run the entire project on the researcher, the lead researcher. At the time, it was Dr. Corey Colum. I don't know if he's even still with Prairie View, but at the time, it was him. And the first time I did it, he was like, "No, you can't be up in my lab doing this. Hurt my feelings." And not even like in a bad way, because I didn't have it. Like I was so nervous, like because I mean this is a big dog, this top researcher right here, and you want me to screen these people? I can screen them, but you want me to screen you? You want me to do the research on you? I don't know about that, big dog. I don't know. But the first time, I don't want to say he read me the fields, but he gave me a lot of constructive feedback. So what I do, run to Dr. Wilson. I was like, I'm not cut out to be a psychologist. I can't do this. Mind you, this is my junior year. We ain't even got to senior paper yet. And he was like, well, you need to learn how to do this because you got to do this for senior paper. And I'm like, what's senior paper? That's not on my transcript. Or like my little thing. He was like, well, you got to write a 25. 25? I got to write a who? And that's minimal. I said you just have to throw that in there. I had to write a 25-page paper next year, and I had no clue, no inkling, nothing. I had to do my own research from the rooter to the tutor, and nobody had told me a damn thing. It was so y'all, it was so bad. I was already crying. I broke down in that man's office. When I tell you, that man, he was like, ma'am, I ain't saying you gotta get the hell out of here. Cause mind you, it's like 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. That man was ready to go home to his dog or whatever he had at home. I know for a fact he was like, look, girl, get out of here. So I think 7 o'clock rolls around. We had a meeting. I had a meeting for another organization, so I just like went from his office to the cab. What's called the cab office for a meeting, whatever. Can't put that leg up. To cab basically, and everybody's like, "What's wrong?" And da 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 da. And I'm just like, y'all, I think I'm gonna drop out. I'm so goofy. Like one thing don't go my way, and I'm talking about dropping out. Oh my god, I'm so dramatic sometimes. But no, it was like that's what it felt to me. It felt very detrimental because I have to put forth effort towards things. Like things should come to me naturally. Why is this not coming to me naturally? It was coming to me naturally. I just didn't want to put forth no effort because I didn't have to do that. That effort was a big word for Elmo. But that's in your paper. That's in your paper did your girl in. And I learned all about effort. Okay? All about effort. So I'm basically telling everybody I'm finna drop out. Everybody trying to talk me out of it. That was never an option anyway because I never called my mama. I wasn't finna drop out of nothing except for my feelings to get ready to go screen Dr. Colum again. I wasn't finna do nothing without her approval. So I go in there, I rock it, and he's like, you're gonna be a great researcher one day. Am I? Because woo, girl, come to find out, once I actually did get back up in there, it was like other research assistants. I made it through on my second try. Literally, the one girl that had been in there, she had to screen him 7 times. Somebody else had to screen him 4 times. I said, now, if 1 + 1 is 2, and 2 + 2 is 4, why are y'all in here? Why did it take so long for y'all? But again, imposter syndrome. I had a whole tizzy finna drop out. Meanwhile, this man has been screened 57 times by all these other people, and I made it through on the second try. I just be so dramatic sometimes. Like, I wish I was joking, but I really wasn't. And girl, senior paper, when I finally got to senior paper, Dr. Wilson was my senior paper teacher. And I tell you, that man went through there with that red pen so many times. Like, he was such a good professor, but he was a stickler. Like, he was such a stickler on many things because, again, this is what he does. He's a researcher. He's a psychologist. He knows what he's doing. They really just send me every time, like, to do all of the edits. But I know now, being in a doctoral program, and I guess, because, wait a minute, let's go back. I'm telling y'all about this red pen, right? Okay, y'all with me? Apparently, he only did that for a select few people. Everybody didn't get a red pen on a little things, like on a drafts and stuff. It was like, okay, yours is good. Fix this. He didn't go through with a red pen on everybody's paper. So now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Y'all didn't get no first draft, second draft back? It's a girl, no, I'm turning that shit in at the end of the semester. But walk with me now, because I haven't even started my how about to say thesis, baby. This is not no damn thesis. I have not started my dissertation yet, but I do know now, and I still have that damn paper with his writing on it, all 4 of them. Now that I know what I knew then going into my dissertation, it's going to be, I don't want to say a breeze. I'm claiming it's going to be a breeze. It's going to be a breeze for me because I've already done this before. Not once, but twice, because I had to do a thesis in my master's degree program with one of my professors. So, yeah, it's your girl. Yeah. I made it through senior paper. I cried the entire way. Woe is me. I sure did. I do it again, too. I don't care. But I made it through. And I was talking, I don't know who I was talking to. It wasn't Dr. Wilson, because Dr. Wilson would have told me to do that shit. I was talking to probably some people back in Dallas about, like, what to do. Is that the Grim Reaper? Oh, no. What to do next. And I'm like, I don't know. Grad school. I know I want to go to grad school, but I really want to stick with this, like, psychologist thing. Oh, you shouldn't be a psychologist. Like, there's not enough, like, like, intelligence, I guess. Like, you're not smart enough. All of these things, basically, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I always ask for signs from God. And my sign lately has been a purple car, and there's a purplest car in front of me. It's kind of like an ashy purple, but I know it's purple. So, thank you, Lord, for putting this person on my path today. But I am kind of wondering, like, what I want to do for grad school and everything. And I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe, maybe I'm right. Maybe I shouldn't be a psychologist. I should just be a therapist. Like, not to say therapist is any easier, because I promise you, God damn, I promise you it's not. Woo! Then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a therapist. I chose one school to apply to. And I said, Lord, if I don't get in this school, I'm going to just join the workforce and I'm going to be done with it. I'm not going to try to do anything. I'm going to just take this degree and I'm going to go work in HR and I'm going to just be in HR for the rest of my days. I applied to the Master's of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling at Southern Methodist University. The one school I applied to. I got in there. I did pony day. Only black girl yet again. So y'all gotta remember, this is a little bit triggering for me. Because you know what this feels like for me? Middle school. But I was like, you know what? I gotta go in here. I gotta do my things. I gotta get it all together. Look at my fiance. She looks so cute. I gotta get it all together. And I'm gonna do my shit, right? Wrong answer, forehead. Wrong answer. I get in there. It's a group interview. You gotta speak up and talk and do all of the things. But I'm gonna have to finish this tomorrow because I just got home to my honey boo boo. Hi, honey boo boo. Hi, honey. How you doing? Nothing. I missed it. Oh, missed it. You look cute. Thanks. I said, I'm in the new parks, babe. Me and him. Yeah, we park close to the line. Oh, I said, now wait a minute. I'm gonna leave. Yeah, well, okay.
I just keep it real, everyone.
High volume.
Am I really that?